Alright, so got us a new axe. It's the Harbor Freight 4.5-pound felling axe. It's finally, the rain's died off, so that's it. 4.5 pounds. And so that's the council tool. And the Harbor Freight and the council tool are almost completely even in the handle length. The Harbor Freight has a slight curve in it, whereas the we'll call it the CT. The CT has a completely straight handle, and obviously it's Harbor Freight. It was $31. There's no swell at the end, so you can kind of see that. Nothing, just straight. The grain orientation is actually not horrible, but you can tell that whoever was doing it didn't care. There's a little bit of a swell here too, where they could have took that out, so that's going to cause a little bit of an issue. I could take that out if I wanted to. But it is a hickory handle. Where the hickory comes from, I have no idea. I haven't touched it. The eye is not bad at all. You know, I don't know, we'll see. I figure we just compare them out and see. I've got some red oak. That one right there I'm gonna leave alone. I might mill that into rounds. I brought the fiskars out too. So I don't know. You know, it's $31. So what can you really expect it for $31? A sticky axe. I think it's already loose. Yeah, handle's already loose. First swing. First swing, handle's loose. Yep, that's a shame. So I'll bring you over, I'll get it stuck again and show you that. All right, so you can kind of make that out. I mean, it's not a little loose, it's a lot loose. Maybe that side would be a little bit better. So all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. So it's really, really loose. You know, I guess what it boils down to is what can you expect for 30 bucks? And, you know, seemingly not much. Can it be fixed? Sure. But that's the first couple swings. You know. And the blade sticks really bad. Which, you know, when you look at it, there isn't a whole lot of difference between it and the council, but God, it's a sticky dude. Man. You see, when they stick, you gotta work harder to get them free, which makes you expend energy. You know. There's a bit of a knot there, I guess. There. Getting there. the job for that fiskars. So let's give the old CT a shot. Oh yeah, it just, because it's the finish on the handle is just so much better. It swings so much easier, you know. I didn't bring the Japanese one out because I really need to sort out that part where it chipped. But I do like that Japanese splitter mighty good. And it don't stick nearly, I mean, that's right in the heart. And this council tool doesn't stick nearly as bad. I mean, that is deep. It's coming out. Not awesome. Not like that. Fiskars are that Japanese guy. Ah! Come on, Jason. There we go. Oh yeah, big old knot in it. I think I can burn that. So, back up, baby. You know, if that's $30 and that's $70, it's many times more than just twice the axe. It's you know, if you're gonna say that Harbor Freight's worth $30, then this is worth 300, you know. So it's a bigger round here. It don't split bad. That Harbor Freight doesn't split terrible. But you know, you can't have a loose handle. I like to gut these up a little bit, but they're really wet and my back's hurt. So, you know, I'm probably 3 cords or so, 2-3 cords, maybe a little bit more into that council. And no loosening, you know, knock on wood. And then that's, you know, that's the argument for the fiskars and these poly handles, is you never have to worry about that, ever. So, yeah, you know, basically, that son of a gun right there is the metric. Yeah, the fiskars is just the metric for splitting wood by hand. It just does it. And it annoys me how good it is. It's just so good. Yep. I mean, you can't even see what I'm splitting right now. I mean, that's a big old piece of crotch. And one whack. And, you know, normally people give up on that kind of stuff. You know, the fiskars, is just good. And I think I paid $50 for it. And I abused it. Hell, I left it outside for a year. And It just works. So I guess, you know, nobody wants to sit here and watch me split wood. But if this was 50, I guess if you had to have a felling axe, maybe that Harbor Freight with the new handle wouldn't be that bad, but by the time you put the time and the money into, especially the time, into putting a new handle on that, we still don't know how good the steel is. Where I've beat on wedges with that Council, and even though I know I shouldn't, but I've done it, and it's a little mankied up, but we have no idea what the steel on that Harbor Freight is. It's probably junk, made in India, you know, so it's kind of one of those things, like you can spend $30 on something made in India that's of questionable quality, or you could get something that's made in the US, 100%, and for twice as much money, granted. For twice as much money, but made in the US, seemingly of excellent quality, for especially for the money. I mean, for 70 bucks, I don't know that it's possible to beat it as a do-all, you know. I mean, that's a felling axe and a splitter. It doesn't split awesome, and I haven't tried felling with it because that's what I got chainsaws for. But I'd say it's probably not awesome at that either, but it's going to do the job, you know. That's a big old knot there. That's starting to numb my hand up. But, you know, it's obviously it's a little bit more sticky. And the profile on it isn't as conducive to splitting as like that Fiskars is. But if I can chip one off here. Oh yeah, there we go. Big old dude. I'll whittle him down and then take that Fiskars. Attack him with that Fiskars. But yeah, so basically what it boils down to is that Harbor Freight's a piece of junk. Like I knew going into it, like you knew before you clicked on this. If you want a good quality axe that's worth the money, that you're going to double duty, felling and splitting, then the only answer to the game is that, you know, in that sub $100 region is that Council tool. And that's the, what was this one? The 5-pounder? 3.5 pounder? 3.5 pounder, I think. So, you know, you upgrade him to a 5, you might have a better splitter. Maybe that's the next one we'll do. I saw that Amazon had them Prandies, the Prandy Scandi. It's like the Scandinavian pattern splitter for like $73. I really want to try one. Ooh, big old knot in that dude there. But that old Fiskars, man, they knew what they were doing, weren't they?